Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Vicky, and on my channel we do fun, easy, perfectly imperfect crafting. So if that sounds like your thing, why not hang around for a little bit? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, doesn't matter what you do as long as you have fun. So today I am making a start on day 2 of our December daily challenge, and the prompt for today is to write a poem about snow. I actually love to write poems. Obviously it's not in a very serious way, it's just that when it comes to giving gifts to my daughter and my partner, I always write them little poems to go with the gift. They always make them laugh. It's always a bit funny. So I'm looking forward to doing this one. I'm hoping that I'm trying not to be funny with this one, but we'll see how we go. So I just started by taking the signature out of the book and showing you yesterday's prompt that I actually filled in. I didn't show you that on camera, but I done that off camera. I'll probably do that off camera on all of the prompts where kind of writing is needed. I'll probably just do that off camera and show you the following day, because nobody wants to read everybody's journal pieces. Some of them could be quite boring. So the idea with this spread was I wanted, obviously it's a poem about snow, so I wanted to have a snowy themed page. Obviously snow's white, and I thought, well, I could just paste the whole thing in glitter, couldn't I, and kind of make it look really sparkly like snow. But in the end I decided to kind of go with like a frosted icy look, and I'm going to obviously use my King Art gel sticks to do that. So I'm just taping off the other side of the page because I'm not going to do a double page spread for this one. It's just going to be the one page, and I didn't want the gel stick to overflow onto the following page. So I've just chosen a load of random blues and purples for this, and I'm just going to create a, hopefully what would look like an iridescent kind of background with like blues and purples kind of blending into one. I think it did work out pretty well. I just started with the lightest shade of blue because I am going to only use one blending brush. So I thought if I start with the lightest colour that I would like to use and work my way to the darkest, it doesn't matter that the colours are getting mixed up or anything like that. So I just started light to dark, covered most of the page but left a lot of it kind of plain, so that the other colours, the full colour of blue came through rather than a mixture of this plus another blue, if that makes sense. So I just continued on with that process, and you'll see I started to incorporate the dark blues and then moved on to quite a light purple and then a very dark purple, which I think I only kind of used around the edges of the page, just to kind of give it a bit of depth and a bit of well, a bit of glisten really. I didn't really want to go too OTT with it, but I think it turned out quite well. My plan is to use one of my snowflake stencils over the top with some black gel stick, just to add a bit of decoration, and obviously tie in the snow theme as well. So these are the stencils that I am going to be using. So I've got this large one and also the small one to the side. I did have my large blending brush, and I also brought in a smaller blending brush just so that I could get into all the nooks and crannies. The smaller brush actually came in handy when I came to put in a snowflake kind of like on the crease of the signature, so I was able to kind of get right up to the crease of the page without leaving any glaringly obvious holes or anything like that. So it did blend quite well, and I got into all of the smaller areas and right up to the crease of that paper there. It worked out really well actually. I was going to go around the finished stencil, I was going to go around it with either like a silver or a gold gel pen, but I didn't really trust myself to do it. With everything else that I've done, it's always been like quite a sketchy vibe, and it didn't matter if I messed up. Whereas with a gel pen, I couldn't really get that vibe, and I don't know, I just didn't feel comfortable doing it. So in the end, I did just leave them just plain black. I think they look fine. I did obviously cause a bit of a smudge with my black ink there, and I do cover that later. I brought in some of my random ripped page edges that at the time I kind of had a go at myself. I was like, why are you keeping all of these small ripped pieces of paper? You are never going to use them, just throw them away. But I couldn't, and I didn't, and now I'm glad that I didn't, because I can use them to cover up my mistake. Whilst I was watching this back, I kind of realised that I probably shouldn't have used my ink blender here. For everything else, I did actually edge or ink things with a blue or a purple. So I could have done that with this, and I could have incorporated it a bit better, but I think it looks okay. I wish now, looking back, I had probably put some blue or purple onto it. But, you know, you just go with what you have at the time, or the ideas that you have at the time. So that was what I was thinking. As you'll see now, this is where I had the brainwave to kind of incorporate the tag into the background, and I just used what was left on the brush to add in some, I think it turned out to be purple on the edge. Then I went back in with just some blue, and again, whatever was left on the board I just used to cover the tag. Now I'm just moving on to the piece of paper that I'll be writing the poem on. I did turn this into a pocket just to pop the tag or the prompt itself. I just put that inside of it. I obviously went away during filming this just to kind of actually write a poem and get it ready. I didn't just do this on the spot. I'm not that good at poems. But I will read the poem out to you because I'm not sure if you can see it at all. So it just says, snow is falling soft and slow. I'll grab a blanket and watch it fall. Watch it grow high and tall. Outside is a winter wonderland, but I'll stay home, tea in hand. Snow can have its frosty fun. I'll stay cosy till the thaw's begun. And that's pretty much me when it snows. I do like the snow. It's pretty to look at when nobody's walked in it or the dogs haven't played in it. But yeah, I'd rather just stay indoors and stay cosy with a nice cup of tea. I can't actually remember the last time it snowed here in the UK, or in this part of the UK, I should say. It hasn't, I don't believe it has snowed at all this year. I'm not 100% sure. I do remember a few years back it was quite thick when it settled on the ground, and the girls, they absolutely loved it. When Jessie wasn't deaf or blind, she did actually allow Ruby to play with her for a little bit in the snow, so that was lovely. But now that she's deaf and blind, she doesn't really go out in it. She'll literally just go outside, do her business and come back in. She's not got any time for cold anymore. So yeah, anytime there is snow on the ground, you'll find me at home with thick socks, slippers, a big blanket and a cup of tea and some cosy TV. Sounds nice, doesn't it? So again, I'm just decorating now this pocket / journaling card. I went around with my ink. Again, I probably shouldn't have done. I should have just left it and then done what I'm doing here. Just went in with my King Art just to tie it all in. I should have probably done what I've done with the tag and used black to go around the edge. But like I say, overall I am happy with how it turned out. I decided to back the prompt with a matching ivory cardstock and also ripped that down using my ruler just so that it all matched and kind of tied in together perfectly. Again, adding just some leftover blue to the edges just to bring it in all of that snowy effect. And I did also do some purple as well. I think it came out quite well. Like the vibe that I was going for was like an iridescent kind of look. I could have probably done with a little bit more sparkle on the page, but I think the idea is there and I think it looks very snowy, so I'm happy with it. I then wanted to decorate using some washi tape, and again, this washi tape, it just keeps breaking. No matter what I do, I have to be so careful with how I tear it off of the roll, because it just tears into short pieces and I have no idea why. Luckily, I didn't actually want a huge amount. I didn't want it to go across the bottom. I just wanted to put this little snowy house in the corner. So I wanted something to kind of trail out from underneath there. So all in all, it worked out pretty well, but it's still really annoying. It's surprising actually, you probably think that I got that washi tape from like a cheap vendor, but I didn't. I got it from Amazon. So I'm kind of disappointed in the quality of it, but then at the same time I'm happy to just keep using it and hopefully get enough washi tape every time it rips. So after gluing down my pocket and the journaling card, I just pulled out some stickles and just laid those just in and around the snowflakes themselves. I was actually going to use this all over that top snowflake and put it all over the black, because obviously it dries clear with a sparkle, but I don't know, I just didn't trust myself to do it, and I thought to myself as well, knowing me, I will lay it all down and it will look perfect, and then I'll go and shut the book and then it will get stuck together, because that is so typical of me to do something like that. So I thought I'll stick with little dots that kind of resemble snowflakes, and they will hopefully dry a lot quicker than laying it on top of the snowflake, and then I can just move on. So that is that page now done and dusted, and I'm just looking at tomorrow's prompt, which is to take a photo of your decorations and journal about traditions or your favourite memories from childhood. So I have got my decorations up, obviously. It is the 3rd of December, they went up on the 1st, so I shall definitely take a photo and get that printed in time ready for tomorrow. So I hope you have enjoyed today's prompt. I'm happy with how it turned out. What do you guys think? Yeah, and I'll see you tomorrow for December Daily Day 3. Thanks guys. Bye.